Welcome to the Romney, Hythe and Dymchurch Railway. It's a lovely Sunday in the month of May 1998. We did a 300-mile round trip by car, spent 7 hours on the railway and looked at 14 locomotives. Join us, won't you? We arrived at New Romney around 8 o'clock in the morning, and after having bacon sarnies and a cup of tea, Ernie, myself and Ben, yes, young Ben, friendly young Ben, who we took along with us just for the joy of seeing his face enjoying these 1/3 scale models of standard sized railway engines. Opened in 1927 as the world's smallest public railway, the Romney, Hythe and Dymchurch Railway was a triumph of miniature engineering, and for the next 12 years it was to prosper as it became a popular attraction for holidaymakers and day trippers. In 1939 it was taken over by the Army, and following a famous period of wartime service which included the operation of the world's only miniature armoured train, the Romney, Hythe and Dymchurch Railway returned to public service in 1946. Well, the loco having been turned on the turntable, the blue engine there is the one that is going to haul us on our very first train journey. What we did, we took the first train and did a full round trip along the length of the line. Starting at New Romney, we went up to Jefferson Lane, Dymchurch and Hythe, and then from Hythe back to Dymchurch, Jefferson Lane, New Romney, then Romney Sands and Dungeness, where there is a lighthouse. Then from Dungeness back to Romney Sands and back to New Romney. The total round trip was 27 miles, and as you will see, these little trains really do move. Well, there you are, just the ticket. On this particular day it was a gala day and every available engine was in steam. There's young Ben being tempted to buying a model railway locomotive. He was tempted, really, because he bought one when we returned around lunchtime to this sales area. Well, there's Ernie doing his bit of filming, and that is the train that we shall be boarding very shortly. Well, like all railways, there's lots of spit and polishing to be done. There it is, there's our loco. It's now standing at the head of our train, but we'll have another little look around at other locomotives first before we board. You might be interested to know that with the death of the line's founder and owner, Captain Jack Howie, in 1963 the entire railway was put up for sale. 9 years and 2 sets of owners later, it looked as if the Romney, Hythe and Dymchurch railway would finally close. But in the nick of time it was rescued by a group of enthusiastic businessmen. Or even businessmen. So now, thanks to their foresight, it is still possible to experience the thrill of travelling on the Captain's eccentric little railway as it winds its way from the picturesque Cinque Port of Hythe via Dymchurch, New Romney, to the Lighthouse at Dungeness. Well, there's Ben standing at the side of one of the locos. I think Ben said, I think he's 13, so that'll give you some idea of the actual size of the locos with him standing near them. This is the second train that will leave behind our train, and this is a double header. There were many double headings on this particular day. Little bit of shunting going on here.
Which road wrong? Good. Morning, Ashley. How are you?
Well, this is Ben doing a little bit of filming of myself and Ernie, just so that we could get in the picture, so to speak.
Then just stop it.
Right, the guard's given the right of way, so it looks as if we're going to be on the move. The guards don't actually ride on the train. There's one guard at each station, and it's he who gives the right of way for the train to move off, but doesn't actually travel with the train.
What do you buy, Stuart? Stuart, what do you buy? Oh, you got it. Go on.
The view from the comfortable carriages is ever changing as the train runs between houses, across flourishing farmland, over rivers, through villages and stations, until it reaches the shingle headland of Dungeness. I must admit that I didn't find Dungeness or the Romney Sands area very attractive at all. Just to give you some idea of how long it takes to do a complete round trip on this railway, if you was to leave Hythe station at 12 midday, you wouldn't get back until 2:40 in the afternoon. Well, you can of course see that this train is really throwing us about. However, there's the guard who rode down on the first train with us, giving us the right of way. Jefferson Lane is just a small wayside station about 10 minutes walk from the famous sands of St Mary's Bay. E. Nesbitt, the author of The Railway Children, once lived in a cottage alongside the station. Beautiful fields of yellow dreams. That's rape. God, does it affect your sinuses? It's the pollen. That's the coach following up behind us, and that is the guard's window, so he can look out and see right along the full length of the train, both to the rear and to the fore. Well, the next port of call was Dymchurch station, and Dymchurch is a traditional seaside town with a well-deserved reputation as the children's paradise because it's got superb beaches, a fun fair, gift shops and cafes, and they bring back the memories of when a trip to the seaside was real fun for all the family. All right, young Ben?
Yep.
I think you look a bit like the guard, actually.
Yeah. Get me a uniform, I'll try it on.
Yeah, well, what you really want is a whistle. I'll tell you what, look at all these lambs. I have never seen so many lambs as there are in the county of Kent, especially alongside this railway. In fact, later on in the day, although we didn't film it, we saw a whole field with no parent sheep in at all, just full of young lambs. Getting a bit too close for comfort. Quite pretty scenery up this end of the line, very normal, nothing outrageous, and we're fast approaching the terminus of Hythe, where our locomotive will do a run round, and we shall stay on the train to go right back the full length of the line down to Dungeness. Hythe itself is an attractive small town with plenty of interesting shops and places to eat. There's an antiques market at the Malt House every Friday and Saturday, and boating on the Royal Military Canal during the summer. The walk to the seafront is rewarded by grand views out across the bay. Well, I've got to say that here at Hythe, the train, when it was half empty when we arrived here, and now that we're leaving, it is absolutely chock-a-block. And when a train is full up with people, everyone becomes ever so friendly, and you'll see the people who sat in with us: a gentleman, his wife, and 2 children, and they accompanied us, or we accompanied them, the full trip down the line, back through New Romney, where the engine sheds were, right down to the Lighthouse.
How can we get back that way? Well, we'll come back.
Unlike many or most mainline railways, the Romney, Hythe and Dymchurch Railway has a turntable at New Romney and another one at Hythe. So it's very rare that you get a locomotive travelling along the line tender first, because even down at Dymchurch they've got a loop. The train goes in on one end, round the loop, through the station and back out the other, so it's always facing the right way, which to Ernie and I is excellent. Well, that was the double-headed train that was in the station when we left. And here's the people who we had lots of chatter with. Very nice. The gentlemen actually, they were two couples together, although those two had got two children, and the other couple were with 3 cycles in the guards compartment, which you can see there, and they were going down to Dungeness and then cycling back to New Romney, while the mother and the 2 children were coming back on the train. Then they were all going to meet up again. Nice, yeah? Well, here we are. I think this is Dymchurch, and we've got another train coming into the station.
Don't look out. Don't lean out, I mean. Here it is, Leo, watch.
And yet another double header. And here we come back to the station where we started from. But we're not getting off. Oh no, 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 no. We've still got that lighthouse to see. And another double header. I'll tell you what, they've got some lovely coaches as well, all teak wooden ones. I should think some of them are preserved ones right from the beginning of the railway. Look at those there, just departing. It actually says in the brochure that the railway is best known for its superb fleet of 1/3 full-size steam and diesel locomotives, although I must admit I only saw one, all of which have been built to run safely at speeds of 25 miles per hour on rails only 15 inches apart. And it's just brilliant. It's the speed that they go that fascinated me, or is it because they're smaller it looks as if they're going faster? Don't know.
Oh yeah.
Well, here we are. We're now departing Romney and going down to the next stop at Romney Sands. Lovely atmosphere, don't you think? All the smoke and steam. Well, we're coming into Romney Sands now, and it's here that we shall pass the diesel locomotive hauling its train. Romney Sands was once known by many holiday makers as Madison's Camp. This station now serves the nearby Romney Sands holiday village, and the beach is just over the road from the station. Driver's going to take us right up to the sign so I can film it. He did better than that, he went past it, so I got a good view to film the diesel coming into the other platform.
Oh yeah.
Train coming.
There's a train this side, this side.
Oh, horrible. Oh, I don't like diesel. Devious diesel. You like diesels, don't you? Well, there you are, Keith saying that diesels are horrible. Ben likes diesels. I just don't think they've got anything going for them at all. They can't match up to a steamer, can they? Well, we'll be off again in a minute when the young lady guard has blown the whistle and given the right away. There she goes. Incidentally, I should mention, the blue engine that was hauling us has gone. Yes, at the last station back at New Romney they took it off and gave us 2 other locos, so we're now double-headed as well. Well, there's the lighthouse coming into view, and also the Dungeness power station. The power station and the lighthouse are both open to the public. The power station has, I do believe, an audio-visual show, and you can also have a look round, and I think they do guided tours. The actual lighthouse, which is not now used because it's been replaced by another one, is open to the public, and you just pay your fee and climb up the stairs. Well, this is very jolty, but we're just coming into Dungeness station. There you are, the train, the lighthouse and the power station, all in one shot. Be a good idea if I pull back a bit, and then the shakes won't look so bad. That's it. Well done, Keith. Well, I think all this speaks for itself. You'll see Ben waiting outside near the anchor, and then we go in, we have a look around. There's I don't know, call it a hall of mirrors if you want, and then we go up the first section, up the second section, right out onto the top. Doesn't it make pretty patterns? And all this is original. all there is to listen to is the wind, and I've got a very good wind gag on. Well, there's the power station, and then we can swing right round and have a look out to sea to the other lighthouse, and then Ben has a go so that Ernie and I can get on the film. Well, we might as well make use of the lad, mightn't we? Well, there's the whistle, there's the signal. It looks as if we're away again. Of course, we're now heading back to New Romney. Well, it's goodbye to the lighthouse, goodbye to Dungeness, and oh, here is where I tried desperately to get a shot of a little girl, but it didn't work out. So here we are, arriving at Romney Sands again on the return, and another train. Always nice to hear a bird singing, isn't it?
We've got two lady drivers, we've got lady farmer and a lady driver.
Well, I think the young lady guard at Romney Sands is all ready to give both trains the right of way. Now she has to run up the platform to give our train the right of way. She works quite hard, that girl. Well, yes, journey's end. Here we are back at New Romney, and when we've seen this double-headed train depart, we're going in the car up the line a bit, park the car, walk down to the line and do some filming of the trains travelling at speed through the countryside. I hope you'll enjoy that. Going to see some rabbits in a minute. I think they'll be playing chicken in a minute.
No, not at the moment. I'm filming rabbits going across the line.
See that one sitting there on the right? He's saying, shall I go? Shall I go? And the other one saying, oh, to hell with it, there's nothing coming. Still can't make up its mind whether it's safe to go or not. No, don't think I will. Shall I go? Perhaps if I go, my brother will follow. No, don't think so. Got an idea there's a train coming shortly. Oh. Well, is that one going to go?
Don't come in front of the camera because I'm filming.
Of course, Ben didn't know that I was
Filming
filming these rabbits.
Don't.
This, incidentally, this area is actually called the Warren because of all the rabbits in the area. Well, that one decided it wasn't going to go either. Need a bit of patience here. I wonder what will happen when the train comes roaring round the corner. Do it quick, there's no risk. I think he's trying to encourage that other one to go across. He's got to hurry up because any minute now there's a train due. And here it comes. Oh, little devil. Wow, look at that. Oh dear, playing chicken they are, aren't they? Well, we're just about at the end of our day out now. It's time to make tracks home. 150 miles down, 150 miles back. All these steam trains. Was it all worth it? Yes, of course it was.